Hello, good morning, students. Today we are in the lecture number 10. The first chapter, lecture number 10, Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac law. In this law, we are going to discuss about the gaseous molecules. It is like the definite number of the gaseous molecules which are react with the definite number of the next reactant. One reactant is a definite volume react with the another reactant which is also definite volume. A is the x volume, it react with the x by 2 volume of B. Right, students? If you are using A is the 1 moles and B is half moles. If you are using A is the if you are use the A is 10 moles and B is 5 moles. If you are use A is 100 moles, B is 50 moles. Like this, it means the gaseous molecules which are react with the fixed definite fixed volumes. Gaseous molecules are react with the fixed volume that explained by the Gay-Lussac. Let's see the statement, students. When gases combine or combine or produced in a chemical reaction, they do so in simple ratio by volume. When gaseous molecules are react or produced, when gaseous molecules are react with each other, definitely they produce the new compound. In the new compound, the gaseous molecules are react with to produce new compound. This is a kind of chemical reaction. So in this chemical reaction, number of moles of reactant and number of moles of products are in the simple ratio volume. Their volume is simple whole number ratio. Number of gaseous reactant, number of gaseous product, they have a simple whole number ratio, that is simple ratio by volume. Provided by all gases are at same temperature pressure. At the same temperature pressure, their volume remains constant. That is explained by the Gay-Lussac law. Students. One more important point. This law only obeys gaseous molecules. This law only obeys for gaseous molecules. Students. Let's see. Example: hydrogen gas react with oxygen to form water. How do we know that this reaction? Hydrogen is the 1 mole, oxygen is a half mole, right? Look at it, students. Oxygen is the 1 by 2 O2, that is the half mole. That's why I written here 1 by 2 volume, BOL volume, and it forms 1 volume of water. 1 volume of water, 1 volume of H2O. Either you write 1 H2O or 1 volume of H2O is forms here. Right, students? Understood? So it means the hydrogen in gaseous form, hydrogen molecules are in a gaseous form, oxygen are in a gaseous form, H2O is also in a gaseous form. Sometimes it present liquid also, but it is present in a volume. This is a gaseous volume. So one volume to preparation of 1 volume of H2O. To preparation of 1 volume of H2O, we require the fixed volume of hydrogen, that is 1 volume, fixed volume of oxygen, that is half volume. It means 1 volume of hydrogen gas react with half volume of oxygen gas to form 1 mole of 1 volume of H2O. This is the Gay-Lussac law. This simple whole number ratio, students. Look at here, how is the simple whole number ratio? Similarly, if you are use 100 ml of H2O to preparation of 100 ml of H2O, look at it, students. To preparation of 100 ml of H2O, 100 ml of H2O purpose, 100 ml of H2O purpose, how many volume of hydrogen and oxygen are required, students? To preparation of 100 ml of H2O purpose, how many volume of oxygen and hydrogen and oxygen are required? Let's see. 100 ml of water, 1 volume means 100 ml of water. the half volume of oxygen. Half means the half of 100 is 50 ml. That is 50 ml of oxygen we require. Then it turns into 100 ml of water. Right friends? So it means this is the constant volume. The volume is constant here. Volume of hydrogen is 100 ml. Volume of oxygen is 50 ml. Volume of hydrogen is 100 ml. Volume of oxygen is 50 ml. So simple whole number ratio is 2:1. This is a simple whole number ratio. That's so he explained that when the gaseous molecules are react with each other to form gaseous product, gaseous molecules are react with each other to form gaseous product. In this gaseous chemical reaction, number of gaseous gaseous volume of reactant or gaseous volume of chemical reactions are in a simple whole number ratio. Gaseous volume of reactant or gaseous volume of chemical reactions are in a simple whole number ratio like this, students. Yes, students, understood? Let's see one more example, students. Okay, before going to one more example, let's see one more point. The Gay-Lussac law discovery of interratio of volume relationship is actually law of definite proportion by volume. The Gay-Lussac law, it is the Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac law is discovery is the ratio of volume relationship. Volume relationship actually by law of definite proportion by volume. Law of definite proportion with respect to volume, students. Right? But in the last class, the law of definite proportion we have discussed. Joseph Prost. Joseph Prost discovered the law of definite proportion. He explained the law of definite proportion with respect to mass, students. He explained the law of definite proportion with respect to mass. But Gay-Lussac, who was explain this law based on the law of definite proportion by volume with respect to volume. This is the difference here. Both cases are same. Gay-Lussac law and law of definite proportion both are same, but law of definite proportion can be explained in terms of with respect to mass. Gay-Lussac law can be explained with respect to volume, students. Fixed volume of reactants are react with each other in a simple whole number ratio. Right, students? Let's see some example here. Okay, look at here. This law one more time. This law only for the gaseous molecules. Right, students? Gaseous molecules. Example: burning of methane, CH4. Burning of methane means methanes are burned in presence of oxygen, students. Methanes are burned in presence of oxygen. Methanes are burned in presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. So we know that carbon dioxide are in a gaseous form. Methane are in a gaseous form. Oxygens are in a gaseous form. Carbon dioxides are in a gaseous form. H2 are in a liquid form. Right. So this law only for gaseous molecules. So that's why we are neglecting the H2O. Look at here. 1 ml of methane react with 2 ml of oxygen to form 1 ml of carbon dioxide. Simple whole number ratio is present here, 1:2. Simple whole number ratio of reactant. If you are use instead of 1 ml, if you are use the 10 mLs, then oxygen becomes 20 ml. Carbon dioxide is again 10 mLs. Then 10 and 20 again simple whole number ratio, students. If you are use instead of 10, if you are use the 100 ml, then how many ml we require oxygen? 200 ml. 200 ml. So gaseous molecules of reactant which are in a fixed definite volumes, which have a fixed definite volume, the ratio 1:2. Right, students? Understood? Let's see one more example. "60 ml of nitrogen combined with 60 ml of hydrogen. Resultant product is question mark. 60 ml of nitrogen combined with 60 ml of hydrogen. Resultant product is question mark. So let's see. We know that nitrogen, hydrogen combine to form ammonia. Resultant product is ammonia. We know that. But how many ml? We don't know. How many ml? We don't know. 1 ml of nitrogen, 3 ml of hydrogen, 2 ml of ammonia. Sorry, I written here wrong formula. NH3 students here. NH3. Ammonia formula NH3. NH3. Right students. So let's see. 1 ml of nitrogen means 60 ml. 3 ml of hydrogen means how many ml of hydrogen we require here? That is 60 into cross multiply 3 into 60. 60 into 3 divided by 1, that is 180 ml. We require the hydrogen, we require the 180 ml. But we have here only how many ml of hydrogens? We have only the 60 ml of hydrogens. We have only 60 ml of hydrogens are we have here. But we need 120 ml. Then how we have to calculate this? How we have to solve this example, students? Just look at here. If we reverse the formula, if we reverse, right, nitrogen hydrogen combined to form ammonia, we know that. If we consider 3 ml of hydrogen means 60 ml. 3 ml of hydrogen means 60 ml. Then 1 ml of nitrogen means how many ml? Then 1 into 60 divided by 3. ml get cancelled. Nitrogens are required 20 ml, students, right? Nitrogen required 20 ml. We have 20 ml or not? Let's check. Oh yes, we have. That is, we have a 60 ml. We have enough amount of nitrogen here. We have enough amount of nitrogen. So out of 60 ml, can we use the 20 ml, students? Because if we consume the complete hydrogen 60 ml, then we need only 20 ml of nitrogens. So that's why we are using here. We again reverse the formula. 3 ml of hydrogen means 60 ml. 60 ml. 60 ml that mentioned here. 1 ml of nitrogen. Nitrogen require here 1 ml. So nitrogen 1 ml means 1 ml of nitrogen means how many mls? Right, students? So let's calculate, students. Let's see, students. The 60 into 1 divided by 3, that is 20 ml. 20 ml, we have enough amount of nitrogen because we have a 60 ml. Right, students? Look at next. Okay, let's see, students. Nitrogens require 20 ml. Hydrogen require 60 ml. Then what about the ammonia? Ammonia is 40 ml, students. Ammonia is 40 ml. How is 40 ml? Look at here, students. 1 ml multiply with 20 ml, right? 3 mls multiply with 20, 60 ml. 2 ml ammonia multiply with 20, 40 ml. It means we are multiplying with the same number, students. 20 ml, 20 ml, 20 ml. Then it forms 40 ml of ammonia. 40 ml, right? Understood, students? 1 ml of nitrogen means 20 ml means 3 ml of 60 ml. Again, what is the common here? We are using 20 ml means this is also 20 ml. Each nitrogen, each H2 gas. Here 3 moles are there. Each 3 moles consuming 20 ml. 3 moles means 60 ml. 1 mole means 20 ml. 3 moles means 60 ml. Then how many moles are formed here? 2 ml. 2 ml means again 20 ml means each mole means 20 ml means again 40 ml ammonia must be formed here. So resultant product of ammonia is 40 ml, student. This is our formula, right? Look at here. Or do we know that we have total 60 ml of nitrogen, students, in which how much is consumed? Nitrogen consumed only 20 ml. 20 ml of nitrogen is consumed, and how much is left? Remains unreacted form. The unreacted form exists here 40 ml. Right, students? 40 ml is exist here, remains unreacted form. Understood, students?